Gunnerman Group is a go.
Yes! Not just a startup, an upstart.
Gotta get going. Gotta be good.
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 Growth is the goal. How do we do that?
I talked to UPS. They'll help us out. New technology, smart advice. We focus on the business, and they take care of the logistics.
UPS.
Good going.
We get good. That's great.
Great. Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
Great.
I love logistics.
Welcome to another edition of Zips Weekly. I'm your host, David Stuntup. We'll take a look back at the past week in Zips athletics, including Akron football's first MAC victory over Eastern Michigan, the men's soccer team's huge win over 21st ranked UAB, and the women's soccer team played its first home MAC matches of the season. Akron women's golf finished tied for 7th place at the 2014 Nittany Lion Invitational on Sunday. Frida Folberg shot 4 over par for the tournament to finish tied for 3rd, her second top 3 finish this season. Putter Hirsch shot an even par in the final round and wrapped up the tournament in 23rd place after jumping 35 spots up the leaderboard the final 2 days. Akron women's volleyball dropped a pair of road matches this past weekend. The Zips fell to Kent State in 4 sets on Friday. The team split the first 2 sets, with Akron winning the second set 25-19, but the Zips dropped the third set 25-23 and the fourth set 25-22. Mary Delich led Akron with 10 kills and a .318 hitting percentage, while Anna Wenger added 11 kills and 6 digs. The Zips wrapped up their weekend road trip with a loss to Ohio in 3 sets last Saturday. Carly Kusan dished out 14 assists, while Callie Mack had a match-high 12 digs. Akron drops to 7-12 overall and 1-3 in MAC play. Both cross-country teams competed in the All-Ohio Championships last Friday. The men's team repeated as champions for the first time in school history. All 5 runners placed inside the top 22, with Kyle Cochran coming in 4th place and Clayton Murphy finishing in 5th. The women's squad finished in 7th place after coming in 9th last year. Kayla Whitlow led the Zips with a 7th place finish after running the 6K in under 23 minutes. Irene Frangos came in 49th place, while Marissa Pop was not far behind in 51st place. Akron women's tennis played in the Akron Invitational against Cornell, West Virginia, and Michigan State this past weekend. Sophomore Carolina Maximova won her match at first singles, and freshman Sophia Geyer won her match at 5th singles, with both victories coming against Michigan State on Sunday. All matches were round robin, and no team scores were kept.
Some very good showings, winning sets, getting in position to win matches, and especially at the top 2 with Carolina and Martina, again, playing very good tennis. We're just getting to that point of trying to break through the barrier of being in every set and now winning those sets, and we're starting to see some good results with that now.
Akron women's soccer played its first 2 MAC home matches against Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green, searching for its first conference win. Akron split a pair of home matches last weekend. The Zips doubled up last year's MAC regular season champion Eastern Michigan 2-1 on a rainy and cold night last Friday. Madison Kaiser added her first goal of the season off an assist from Sarah Civic in the opening half, while Captain Lonnie Smith scored the game-winning goal in the 64th minute. Claire 80 made 8 saves and just allowed 1 goal on a penalty kick. The win was the first for the Zips in MAC play and their 3rd straight at home.
Our kids persevered through that, and I think the best thing about this group of players that I'm coaching this year is that they've got a great commitment to, and I've said this over and over, that they've got a great commitment to themselves and the program, and I think the lack of energy, and with all due respect to Ohio and Kent from last weekend, was I think a very good motivator for us during training this week. We had a good week of training, and I think it showed. I think it showed tonight. So.
The Zips failed to close out the weekend with back-to-back wins after falling to Bowling Green 1-0 in overtime. Claire 80 stopped 5 shots in goal, but the Zips couldn't finish on offense after holding a 21-13 advantage in shots. The loss drops the Zips to 5-6-1, including 1-3 in MAC play.
We got to challenge the goalkeeper a little bit more, and to be honest, we got to finish our opportunities. You know, Sarah had an opportunity, Sydney had a point-blank opportunity, Lonnie had an opportunity. You know, we weren't dangerous in the final third.
Akron men's soccer fell 2-1 at Wake Forest on September 30th. The Zips trailed 2-0 at halftime, but only scored 1 goal in the second half when freshman Richie Lorea scored his first career goal. The loss dropped the Zips to 4-3-1 and ended a 4-match winning streak. Akron men's soccer was back at home for a huge day against 21st ranked UAB. The Zips entered the match 3-0 at First Energy Stadium Cub Cadet Field with 2 shutouts. The Zips topped 21st ranked UAB 1-0 to move to 4-0 at home. The 2 Akron captains connected for the game's only goal when Adam Najim scored off a feed from Andrew Souders in the 65th minute. Najim was named the MAC Men's Soccer Player of the Week and the Zips Student Athlete of the Week after that goal, in addition to his assist at Wake Forest. Jake Fenlison made 5 saves for his 3rd clean sheet of the season, with all 3 shutouts coming at home. The win moves the Zips to 5-3-1.
Good win. That's a good opponent. You know, they're big, athletic, physical. So, you know, we had to have our A game today, and I thought we brought it, and we would have liked to win by more, but, you know, 1-0, and, you know, didn't really give up too many dangerous chances, so I thought it was a pretty complete performance.
Akron football returns home for its first MAC game against Eastern Michigan after a huge win at Pittsburgh. The Zips are looking to move over 500 and also win for the 2nd straight week wearing their gold chrome helmets. The Zips came out pumped up for homecoming, first time wearing their black uniforms. But Eastern Michigan struck first. Rob Bolden, an 18-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Allen. The 2-point conversion no good. A 6-0 Eastern Michigan lead with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. But then the defense was at it for Akron. Norley Cappy with the sack, 1 of 3 on the afternoon for the Zips. Here's Kyle Paul, a long completion 31 yards down the field to L.T. Smith. Smith finished with 10 catches and 117 receiving yards. Paul at it again, this time finds Zach DeRazio up the middle. He scampers ahead, but he's tripped up inside the 20-yard line. This time Akron goes to the ground. Cody Grace on 3rd and 1 punches his way forward to move the sticks. Next play, the Zips keep it on the ground except with the quarterback. Kyle Pohl doesn't see anyone open, and he takes it into the end zone himself. Akron goes up 7-6 with 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. First rushing score of the season for Pohl. Jatavis Brown continuing his hot play. 1 of 2 sacks on the afternoon for the Zips, and that wraps up the first quarter. Second quarter, same story. The defense continues to dominate. Justin March with the hit stick there on Tyler Allen. Defense leads to offense. Jawan Chisholm takes the handoff and he scampers, breaking tackles and advancing past the 35-yard line. Here's Cody Grace again moving the sticks. Just 5 rushing yards on 2 carries. Both resulted in first downs. Zach DeRazio continuing to have himself an afternoon. He makes the catch over the middle and powers his way across the 35-yard line. DeRazio with 8 catches for 87 yards, and that leads to a Robert Stein 32-yard field goal. That put Akron up 10-6 at the half. Pohl continued doing a great job spreading the ball around. L.T. Smith makes the catch on the sideline. Pohl at it again. This time it's Austin Wolf, a 14-yard grab over the middle. His first catch since the first game against Howard. Then Akron goes to the ground attack. It's Connor Hunley shooting up through the middle, a 28-yard touchdown run. The first rushing touchdown for Hunley in 2 years. He's fired up. A 17-6 Akron lead with 12 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here's Connor Hunley again. This time off left tackle. Powers his way for a first down. Pohl goes to the air. Pohl goes to the air. And he finds a familiar target. L.T. Smith with another grab. 11 different players caught a pass for the Zips. Here's Connor Hunley. He did his damage on the ground. This time, In the receiving game, one of 2 catches, Hunley fights off Eastern Michigan defenders to move across midfield. That sets up L.T. Smith, leaping to haul in the catch in the end zone, a 24-yard touchdown grab, second TD grab of the season for Smith, 24-6 Akron with 5:30 left in the third quarter. Jatavis Brown continued his great afternoon, this time taking down Bolden, 14 tackles in the game for the junior linebacker. Here's Andrew Pratt getting involved. 23-yard catch as Pole throws off the back foot, a beautiful leaping grab for Pratt. And then Jawan Chisholm, known for running the ball, this time a little catch and run for the senior. 28 yards and a first down, the lone catch in the game for Chisholm. Now Chisholm on the ground, dancing his way forward, and he's inside the red zone, and that sets up Anthony Ratosa. Pull back to throw, start of the first quarter. Ratosa with the touchdown grab, spikes the ball to celebrate. He's all smiles as Akron takes this one 31-6. The final score, the Zips move to 3-2 after their second straight win and first MAC victory. The Zips are over 500 in October for the first time since 2008. Took Akron just 5 games to reach the 3-win mark compared to 10 games last year. Kyle Pole tossed 2 touchdown passes and threw for a career-high 326 yards in the victory.
Yeah, I'm obviously very pleased with a victory against our opening conference game, homecoming game, a game after a big win where all the comments and concerns are, can you get your guys mentally focused after a big win on the road against Pitt? I thought we came out lethargic. We came out slow, I think we came out ready to play, but it didn't equate to the kind of play we needed. We let a long drive on defense, let them score, and offensively we just couldn't get going. And there's some lessons to be learned there. The game is a game. Football's a game of emotion, and you've got to come out and play with extreme emotion, and you got to go and you got to play every snap. Now it is a game of 150 plays, not one. And we talked about that. If Eastern Michigan, and you got to give them credit for a good first half of play. They remind us a lot when we first started my first year here. And the best thing we did was play good first halves before people just had too much for us. We came back after that first half and did what we had to do to win the game. Real pleased with our football team. No turnovers is a huge factor for us. We've said all along, if we can go into a season and not turn the ball over, we've done 3 games, I think, without a turnover of our 4 games, or maybe 4 out of our 5. Well, no, we had 1 against Pittsburgh. We're going to have a chance to win football games. So defense gave up 6 points on the opening drive, nothing after that. Offensively, we really put it together, especially in the third quarter, a little bit at the end of the second quarter, and iced that game. So real proud of the football team. We'll enjoy it. Then we'll get ready for our second game in the conference against Miami.
Coming up this week in Zips Athletics, Akron women's volleyball hosts a pair of home matches against Buffalo on Thursday and Toledo on Saturday. The women's soccer team wraps up a 4-game homestand with MAC matches on Friday against Western Michigan and Sunday versus Northern Illinois. And finally, Akron football hosts Miami, looking to improve to 2-0 in MAC play and win its 3rd straight game. That wraps up this edition of Zips Weekly. Tune in next week as we recap Akron football's game against Miami and the women's soccer team's home matches against Western Michigan and Northern Illinois. Thanks so much for watching. I'm David Suntup for GoZips.com.